Hello and welcome to Darth Snoogan's Tool Reviews. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm not going to do an unboxing today. I'm just thought I'd do a little commentary. A few years back, before our Masters Universe Origins line started, Funko released their own 5.5-inch figures. They tried to, and I'll say try, but I mean they did. They created a whole line of figures based around DC characters in the vein of Masters of the Universe. It's called Primal Age. I picked up a few, just a few that we have here in front of you here. And I thought I'd talk about them because I was really excited when this line came out, and I was really hyped to collect them. But there was all kinds of problems with these figures, and you know, maybe you have some that you didn't have an issue with. That's great. I hope that's the case. But pretty much everything you see here, I had some kind of issue with. I would say, with the exception of Joker's Beast, I think that one is a good standout as being just a really great addition. And this is actually something that works really well with your Masters Universe Origins or even your vintage figures. So if you need something, say for your Merman to ride around on, or Beastman, and you want to give him a custom paint job, this is a cool beast to have. Problem with him though is Joker didn't fit on him. And see, Joker has a little sash, and he had 2 daggers attached. The first time I tried to put him on there, one of his daggers broke off. I mean, like right out of the package, the dagger broke right off. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, the Joker looks kind of cool. They're a little blockier than what the old He-Man stuff was. You can see how big the feet are. They kind of remind me more of the Remco figures more than Masters Universe, just based on the way the legs and stuff are. Maybe even Galaxy Warriors. But they had some cool ideas, and they did some pretty decent head sculpts. The other issue with them is most of them, the weapons didn't really fit in their hands well. Yeah, that one's kind of wedged in there right now. And they gave them these crappy shields. Yeah, nothing fancy about that. Let's see, we'll take a look at our Aquaman here. Now, it was a cool choice to go with this version of Aquaman with the hook, but his trident doesn't fit in his hand. It just kind of hangs there. Yeah. Other than that, it's a cool design. It's just, why give him a trident he can't even hold? I mean, it just flops. So it made me think that, you know, they really didn't think people were going to open these figures up. They thought it was going to be something the collectors would jump on, and I get it. Batman, his sword just kind of hangs in there. It's not too great. His shield just kind of sits on his arm. As you can see, it's got the bat emblem on it. Now, he looks okay, but for mine, his left leg is just kind of wobbly. There's not really much articulation, believe it or not. Even though these legs should be able to move around, they really didn't give them much articulation to be able to put them on their actual beast that they could ride around on. So that sucks. Now, he doesn't come with, but you could buy a Bat Hound as a separate piece, which is pretty cool because it looks a lot like your standard vintage Battle Cat, the way it has that fixed pose. We'll take a look at him in just a second. Now, the other issue, and you're not going to spot it right away because, yeah, Wonder Woman's leg broke right off, and it broke. I mean, you're not fixing that. But you can see in there the type of mechanism they use for the leg. Yeah, it's really a poor design. Visually, she looks cool, and she fits in with your vintage Masters of the Universe as far as overall design. Just a poor build, actually. Just the build of it is just terrible. Yeah, so our Bat Hound, he's a little dirty, and I think I actually have his saddle on backwards at the moment, but you can see if I can get him on there without breaking his leg off, and I can't. Not really. How terrible of a design is it that you make a beast for your figure to ride around on and it doesn't even fit on it? That's awful. Now, there are some other lines. So, see, this is the Primal Age, but Funko also did Savage World, where they brought in a lot of different types of properties. So, like here we have Jason Voorhees. So they did a whole bunch of movie monster stuff. They did a Freddy Krueger and Hellraiser, and they did a whole bunch of them. I think I prefer these over the Masters Universe stuff. Not Masters Universe, but the DC Primal Age stuff. Even though, again, the weapons don't really fit in their hands very well. It's kind of a waste. But at least you got some really cool designs. I do dig this. This Jason is probably one of my favorites. I mean, look at the bones sticking out, his spine and his ribs. That's that's a disturbing look. He does spin at the waist, which that's cool. All right, so and then they also did like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. So I do have a Sub-Zero here. And again, the weapons just really don't fit in their hands. This one will, but the sword, it's like none of them, the swords really don't fit in any of their hands very well. And again, they just did not give them much function with the legs. I mean, that's really all you get as far as movement. So why did they do that? What was the point? I don't know. Like I said earlier, I think they were counting on most people to keep these in the packages, which has always been my theory on the Super 7 Motu vintage style figures. They didn't count on people unpacking them and playing around with them. So you get stuff like this where the weakness of the joints becomes very apparent. The poor planning as far as how to fit the figures on the beast that they would ride around on. It becomes painfully obvious. Now, I don't really have a whole lot of complaints about this Aquaman, other than he can't hold his trident, because I think design-wise it's cool. So I like this Aquaman and the Sub-Zero and the Jason Voorhees, even though none of them can really hold their weapons. It just made no sense to me that they did that. And that's why I never went beyond these few figures that you see here, because there's an entire line of figures. There's Thundercat figures that they did. There's a whole bunch of them. I'll try to put as much as I can picture-wise of some of the other figures in the line on the screen. But just know that there's Superman, Bizarro, Black Manta, Mr. Freeze. I mean, I think there's a Robin. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. But, yeah, there's a whole bunch of figures. Now, most of these figures are still available on Amazon 4 or 5 years later after when these originally came out. And they're not expensive. So, yeah, buy those at your own risk. And if you are planning to buy some, keep them in the package. That's really, they're good display pieces. They're not good action figures whatsoever. So that's all I got. I just I saw these sitting around. I thought, you know what, I should mention them. Start a conversation. Have you collected any of these? Did you have all the QC issues that I've had? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, I appreciate you guys sticking around for a video. Thanks.